Yo, what is up everybody? Popo here bringing guys a new video, and today we're going to be making some predictions about the Portland Regionals, and then I got a couple of hot takes. Let's go. Welcome everybody, and today we're going to talk about the Portland Regionals that are happening this weekend. I'm going to go over what I think most used Pokemon are going to be, maybe some underused Pokemon, and then I got a few hot takes. If you have any hot takes of your own, or if you disagree with my list, just leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think are going to be the top Mons. You know, maybe a hot take or two, or maybe some underused Mons that I haven't even seen yet that you think could take the tournament. But yeah, let's get right into this. And I think with no surprise, everybody is going to know what that top Mon on there is going to be. That's 62%. I think it's pretty obvious. It's Incineroar. I haven't seen Arcanine since. Maybe it's new toy syndrome, but I just think that Incineroar is just so good. He's consistent. He's always doing something. Intimidate is always going to be strong. Fake Out is always going to be strong. He's really good into a lot of the meta, including stuff like Size Spam, in which Arcanine is not. So I just feel like Arcanine, he's really good. Of course, you know, there are ways to counter him. We got Clear, Amulet, and stuff like that, but he's still been an absolute animal. In the Limitless Tours and the Nino Brothers and everything like that, he has been one of the top Mons, if not the top Mon. So I think he's going to continue to go that way. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then number 2 is also not going to be a surprise to anybody, and that's going to be Fluttermane, of course. Fluttermane, really strong, has been the top Mon pretty much every tournament since it's been allowed. And it's going to continue going that way, though I think it's going to lose a little bit of traction because there are some more ways to deal with it, but it's still just outputting so much damage that it's really hard to deal with, and I think it's going to continue to be really, really good. And up next is another Pokemon nobody's going to be surprised with, and we got Urshifu Rapid Strike. Of course, he does so much damage, and he's just a really good Pokemon, and there's not really much else you could say about it, right? He's just kind of insane. Critting every single time. He destroys the Incineroars, but there are ways to deal with them, like Raging Bolt and, you know, the Size Spam stuff, especially new Size Spam. But everybody's going to still use them, you know? It's the first tournament, so people are going to use what they're comfortable with. So I think we'll still see him. And then, of course, at 39% is going to be his buddy, Tornadus. Tornadus is really good. You don't even have to use it on a rain team, though there are cases where Whimsicott is just strictly better, like Sun teams. I think Whimsicott is just strictly better, but it's a really good Mon. Bleak Wind Storm is so strong. Air Slash, we might see Air Slash again because it did so well at the last regionals. Yeah, Tornadus, just really good Mon. It just does a lot of things, so we're going to continue to see that. So, and then at the 33 we got Rillaboom. Another good way to deal with stuff like the Urshifu, but it does kind of get countered a little bit by the Incineroar. I think we're going to see a lot of U-turns though, so Parting Shot U-turn, we saw that a lot in Sword and Shield, and I think we'll see it here, to whereas you can keep cycling those Fake Outs and keep up the grassy terrain, as well as have Fake Out, I already said Fake Out pressure, Intimidates, and just more Parting Shots and just more Intimidates and just more Fake Outs until your opponent kind of just loses. And then last, at 32%, we got Raging Bolt. Now, I think Raging Bolt is very, very good. I think it's going to be used by a lot of players on day 1. I don't think it's going to have the numbers on day 2. I think a lot of people really know how to deal with it. Landorus Eye is probably going to be the 7th or 8th most used Pokemon as well, because it's just really, really good right now because it deals with a lot of these Pokemon on this list. And yeah, I think that's going to make it really hard for this Pokemon to thrive fully, though I think it still will be pretty good. I don't think it will be part of the top 8 going into day 2, but who knows, right? So that's it for my list, my top 6 Pokemon. You could throw these on a team right now and you'd have a decent team. So if you want to do that, go do that for sure. It wouldn't be bad. These Pokemon could pretty much work on any team, so yeah, just throw them in your builder and have a good time. So now let's go to the underrated Pokemon going into this tournament. And these are the 5 I came up with after thinking a little bit. We got Sinistcha. I think Sinistra's really good. There's some really good bulky options now. And with Intimidate being around, it helps it survive even more. So, and you can heal up Incineroars, you can heal up your Registeels and stuff like that, your Archaludons. You can heal up these Pokemon, and also that Rage Powder is a lot more efficient because the grass types, there's really 2 at the moment, which is Ogerpon Water, and we got Rillaboom. So there's a lot of redirection that you could do. So I feel like this is a really good Pokemon, and I think it will do pretty good. I don't think it'll top, but I think we'll see Sinistcha on stream once or twice. And then, of course, we got Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is a premier Trick Room setter. Trick Room is feeling kind of weak at the moment, but I think it might be just due to Trick Room being very hard to use. So if you use it effectively, it feels like such a good Pokemon. It just does so much. It does a lot more damage than a lot of the other Trick Room users. I just don't know how it matches up with Farigiraf, as in, like, which one is actually just better, because Porygon 2 can be taunted by, you know, Tornadus, and it can be faked out, so it does have some disadvantages to it. Then we got Ursaluna, just the regular Ursaluna, not Blood Moon, though I think Blood Moon is also really good. I think regular Ursaluna, being able to get by Spore, which there's one new Spore user, which isn't really getting used, which is Smeargle, but so there's more Spore users and get by Spore, and it just does a ton of damage. It kills Incineroar even at -1, as long as the Guts is activated with high horsepower, and if you use, you know, Headlong Rush, it does even more. So just a really, really good Pokemon. You can pair it with Incineroar, you can pair it with Rillaboom, and just have it do so much. Next is going to be Hisuian Lilligant, and don't get me wrong, I think it's a decent Pokemon, but I just think Hisuian Lilligant is better than Venusaur, because a lot of the attackers that you want to use on your Sun team are special attackers, because you got, you know, you got the Torkoal, you have Whimsicott. If you, I wouldn't use this and Whimsicott together, but you do have, that's another special attacker. Then you have Walking Wake, you have Raging Bolt. These are all special attackers. So to have a physical attacker, especially something that's fighting type, which is a pretty decent type at the moment, Hisuian Lilligant kind of just fits that niche so well. Has the same sleep powder, it's faster than Venusaur, and it just does a lot of damage with Solar Blade or close combat. So I think it's just a really good mon, and I just think people are using Venusaur because it was good in Sword and Shield, but I think that was just a different game, and yeah, having such a fast physical type is really good. And then lastly, Tyranitar. There's a lot of weather right now. Suns, rains. I think Tyranitar could be really good. We got Excadrill back. Excadrill's a pretty decent Pokemon. I think we could see some Tyranitar. Maybe a bulky Tyranitar that can just change the weather and do some stuff. I really like Tyranitar right now, and he's not really getting any usage, but hey, who knows? He could have a good result here. Let's get into the hot takes. Okay, I got 4 hot takes here for you guys. They might not be super spicy, but I think some of you guys might disagree with some of them. So the first one we have, Fluttermane does not win this tournament. I don't think Fluttermane is going to win. I think Fluttermane's going to have a good result. There'll be 2 or 3 in top 8s. I just don't think it wins. What wins? I don't know. Incineroar, probably. Probably Incineroar. Not even a hot take. Incineroar probably wins. But I don't think Fluttermane is going to be in the winning team of this tournament. Hot take number 2. New Size Spam gets a top 8 spot. I think New Size Spam, of course, that's Iron Crown in DD rather than the classic. Even the Hatterene in DD, I would consider New Size Spam, even though it's the oldest version of Size Spam. I think could also top 8, but I think the Iron Crown version, because you have the speed control, you can go Trick Room, you can go Tailwind. There's just a lot of options there for that team to work under, and it just does a lot of damage. It's really weak to Snarl, so it'll be interesting to see if people are teching Snarl just for those matchups. So I'm excited to see that. And hot take number 3 is Gouging Fire gets exposed. I don't think Gouging Fire is good. I've never lost to one. Not that I can't lose to one, I've just never lost to one. It seems really easy to play around. It's not scary. You can taunt it through its you know, thing. If they Terra, you could just burn it through it. So like, I just don't think it's that great. I don't think it's that good. Its weaknesses, you know, are okay, but it's weak to Lando Eye, and that's a big deal. And it's not as splashable as something like the Raging Bolt, I don't think. And it's competing for fire type with Incineroar, and you want to have 2 fire types on your team. It's kind of rough, you know, so I don't think it's very good. I don't think it's as good as people were pushing it as at the beginning. I was always kind of, it could be good or it could be bad, and I'm more towards the it's kind of bad now. So that might be the hottest take here. And my last hot take, James Beck wins the whole tournament. I think he's going to take the tournament. I don't even know if he's going to be there. I assume he's going to be there. I think he wins. I don't know. I just have a feeling he did so well in Regulation E's first tournament. I think he's gonna come out with Regulation F, and he's just gonna take it. He's good at new formats. He's just an amazing player, obviously, and I just have a feeling James Beck. You know, he's just like I just feel it. Sometimes you just got the feeling. James Beck winning the whole thing. So those are my top Pokemon. Those are my underrated Pokemon and my hot takes. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys do thumbs it up. And if you're not subscribed, please do that as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.